I think all of the people that they like actually, maybe with the exception of Sneeko because he actually seemed very mentally ill, but like that was the one that he went to go see in New York City. Um and yeah, he had like converted to Islam and it was like saying something like about the end of the world. It seemed like, I think that maybe that is somebody who has like gone down the conspiracy theory rabbit hole. All of the rest of them seem to be using this rhetoric to essentially from to make money, essentially, to be problematic, to then get views based on being problematic, to then tell young men, buy my course so that you can learn how to be as successful as me, when really they're all just like grifting, like these men who are like these men, these young men who are legitimately upset because they probably have limited education, limited opportunities, and shit sucks right now. Like that's how it be. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Hmm. Well, I mean, he does. Yes. Well, yeah. Yeah. But I mean, it's like it doesn't exist. They don't exist in a vacuum, right? They exist in what is currently like a very toxic, and it's our political leaders are both bolstering, like feeding and bolstering, and also you know um then gaining from this kind of rhetoric and this kind of. So I would say like, yeah, he Louis Theroux does point out, like he tries to make them empathetic and say they did lack male like father figures. They did, and so maybe that is like this jumping off point that they had to then go down this path. Um yeah, I don't know. I really think it's like there's only one or two empathetic people in that whole show. But it's I feel like a lot of the rhetoric is to get money or to get away with doing things where, like, for instance, the one guy who wants to, he essentially wants to live polyamory, but like say it's like a male flex, and it's like it's because you can just do. It doesn't have to be you sowing your seed. It could just be polyam. Yeah. 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 So. Mm. Mm. Yes. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're exploiting people. They're exploiting like people who are desperate, people who are like, and I mean, they you even see examples in this documentary. Like the documentary does hit on a lot of aspects of it. You see two people, one of them who talks about being like this young man who talks about having been homeless and then sort of trying to like, yes, exactly. And we we don't believe in depression. It's like, what? Yeah. Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I'm not gonna cry about it. I'm just gonna be angry. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Sorry, I'm going through my notes and trying to see if I can come up with. Yeah, it is. It's. I mean, it does. Like the financial situation right now is like not great in the country. Like I empathize with people that are like young men who are genuinely struggling, and I mean, our education is also kind of culturally being people are like being devalued essentially, and so nobody's like educating themselves. They're saying, okay, these social media individuals are gonna like teach me what I need to know. Women, great question. I mean, I think they're playing themselves. Like it's the Candace Owens, it's the Pam Bondi, the Christine Ohm, right? Of you are going to position yourself as a unique voice in this space, but when push comes to shove, you are going to be the first on the chopping block. Yeah. Mhm. 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 Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. It also like I mean, you could probably attribute a certain amount of it to like second wave feminist ideology as well. Of you have to play the game as well as a man, so you have to blend in. You have to not like say your mind when someone says some bullshit about women, and you have to like yes, like sort of yeah, making your but not a manic pixie dream girl, but like what do they call that? Get like pick me energy essentially. Yeah, pick pick pick, pick me girl boss energy. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Mhm. It's always the berry in the tree with the tiger in the bush. We always. Yeah. Going back to Darwinian stuff, I actually found like a really fun article that came out last year, um, which actually points to these like this. What I was this is a PubMed. PubMed. So it's Evolutionary Human Science. I think is the journal. I have it shared here. I don't know if you can see that, Alicia. Yeah. Um, but it essentially points to kind of these just so stories that I was talking about, where um, they essentially assembled a collection of lay evolutionary just so stories extracted from manosphere content, and where these are literally they're like speculative, untested evolutionary hypotheses, like Jordan Peterson essentially, where Jordan Peterson might actually base it in a grain of actual evolutionary truth. I'm sure that there's a fair amount of it that he's also just making up, right? Like rat goes like this, the rat in his, you know, right? um, but essentially, like 83.3% of manosphere just so stories pertain to sex differences. So again, we're trying to like push these like the sexes apart, whereas there's actually recent evidence that has come out that what even some of the evolutionary hypotheses that we primarily held, hunter gatherer